Well, hello and welcome to the Tani bin Jassim Stadium for match week 4 action from the AFC Champions League Elite West Region League stage between Qatar's Al Gharafa and Saudi Arabia's Al Hilal. Well, there's how we stand. Al Wada having gone to the top of the group, moving on to 10 points. But at the start of this match day, Al Hilal were the league leaders, the only team of the 12 in the West region with a perfect record so far, having won 3 out of 3. Well, Al Gharafa may start the night as underdogs against one of Asia's powerhouse teams, but they'll be certainly feeling a boost of confidence following a 3-1 win against Al Hilal at the weekend, which took them top of the Qatar Stars League after 8 games, 2 points ahead of Al Shamal and Qatar Sports Club, the side in 3rd place. A bit of work to do then, domestically at least, for Al Hilal, who are currently one of the 3 Qatari sides in this season's AFC Champions League Elite. Al Hilal, meanwhile, continued their unbeaten start to the season in all competitions, stretching that run to 12 games now. They've won 10 of them and drawn 2. They've made a perfect start to this competition with 3 straight wins and once again are seemingly cruising towards a place in the round of 16. While Al Hilal are targeting top spot, Al Gharafa's target is simply a top 8 finish, something they fell short of last season. Picked up just 2 wins from their 8 group stage matches, and they finished in 10th place, missing out on progression to the round of 16. Both teams are certainly in good form though. Al Gharafa's win on Thursday saw them bounce back from a 1-0 loss here against Al Shamal. That was in the Qatar Stars League Cup though, a competition in which they have been playing weakened sides in. They've actually won 2 of their last 5 in all competitions, 7 wins, 7 defeats from 16 games, but that is taking into account 5 of those matches in the Qatar League Cup. 2 sides preparing to come out then. Al Gharafa have won just 1 of their last 4, losing 3 in the AFC Champions League Elite. Just 2 wins in their last 9, coming here against Iraqi side Al Shorta by 2 goals to nil, a 1-0 win against Paktakor as well. And in terms of their home form, the 3-1 win here against Al Hilal ended a run of 3 successive home losses, but again, those all with weakened teams in the QSL Cup. Al Hilal, though, have plenty of injury problems to concern themselves with, but they've still made a fine start to the season, just a point behind Al Nassr domestically, a side who have won all of their Saudi Pro League matches so far. Al Hilal unbeaten in 12. They've won 8 successive games in all competitions since a 3-3 draw away to Al Ahly on September the 19th, the current Asian champions. They also drew 2-2 with Al Qadisiyah, the only other team to get something against Simone Inzaghi's talented side this season. Bali there, you can see, preparing to come out for Al Hilal. Got himself sent off at the weekend in the 1-0 win at home to Al Shabab. Marcos Leonardo scoring the winner in the first half. Koulibaly getting himself red carded 12 minutes from the end, but his side still held on for that 8th straight win. Last time out in this competition, Al Hilal beat Qatari opposition in the shape of Al Sadd by 3 goals to 1. 2 goals up in that game before Roberto Firmino pulled one back for Al Sadd, but it was win number 3 for Al Hilal. Club, remember, who have been Asia's finest on 4 previous occasions, most recently in 2021, but also in 2019, 2000 and back in 1991. They have played in 9 finals of either the AFC Champions League or indeed the old AFC Club Championship, the forebearer of this competition. Al Hilal have reached at least the semi-finals in the last 4 Champions League seasons. Lost 3-1 to Al Hilal last season, en route to them claiming the title for the very first time. They lost 5-4 on aggregate to Al Ain in the 23-24 season, another team who went on to lift the trophy, and they were beaten 2-1 by Ara Reds in the 2022 final, winning the trophy themselves in the previous campaign. So the team that has knocked out Al Hilal has gone on to become Asian champions in the last 3 seasons. The Al Gharafa fans remain hopeful. It is a very tall order though for them tonight. It is a 9th meeting in international competition. Al Gharafa have won just 1 of the previous 8. And that was some 15 years ago. You have to go back to a 4-2 extra time win in a quarter-final second leg in the 2009-10 season. Other than that, Al Hilal have won 5, 2 have been drawn. It is their 8th meeting in the top-level Asian club competition. Al Hilal have won the last 2, 3-0 in Saudi Arabia in the league stage last season. Also a 2-1 win in the 2011-12 group stage as it was back then. 2 sides make their way out then. Al Hilal's 4th trip to Al Gharafa, where they do have a mixed record, 1 win, 1 draw, 1 defeat from the previous 3 meetings. Unbeaten in their last 2 though. And their last visit here 13 years ago finished in a 3-3 draw in the group stage of 2012. So Al Hilal were almost perfect in the league stage last season. 7 wins, 1 draw from their 8 league stage matches. Can they make it 4 wins out of 4 in this season's competition? Home match with Al Shorta to come later this month for a December trip to Al Sharjah. Al Gharafa beaten by Saudi Arabian opposition last time out. Al Hilal beating Qatar Stars League opposition in their last game. Well, centre forward Hosselu is out for Al Gharafa in a real blow to their forward line, in a lineup that shows 5 changes to the team beaten by Al Hilal on match day 3. Mason Holgate starts at centre back in the only defensive switch. The entire forward line is swapped out though, with Romanian Florinel Koman replacing Hosselu at centre forwards. Amro and Alvaro come in on either wing, while Jamal Hamed starts his first AFC Champions League Elite game this season. Match officials hail from Japan. Yusuke Araki of Japan is the main man in the middle this evening. And the VAR officials as well from Japan. Fajani Sassi, the Tunisian international, the captain of Al Gharafa, Salem Al Hilal, wearing the armband for Al Hilal. Plenty of support here for Al Hilal this evening. They are missing some big names. Darwin Nunez is still struggling from injury, so doesn't make the squad tonight. Neither does Sergej Milinkovic-Savic in midfield. João Cancelo comes in at right back though from the win against Al Sadd, with Ali Lajami given his chance to start in midfield, having featured in all 3 games so far from the bench. Club captain Salem Al Hilal returning to the Champions League Elite action, having missed the victory against Al Sadd. So just about ready to go then. A point for Al Hilal would take them back to the top above the United Arab Emirates Al Wata. They moved on to 10 points earlier. A win for Al Hilal would see them with a perfect 12 and 2 points clear at the top. Simone Inzaghi, the 49-year-old who took over in June on a 2-year deal. And so we're underway at the Thani bin Jassim Stadium. Al Gharafa against Al Hilal. Al Gharafa in their traditional blue and yellow stripes, Al Hilal in the changed all-white strip. Dorsari playing that forward, but Yang Hyun-soo was there to clear it away for Al Gharafa. Pedro Martins, Portuguese coach who's been in charge of Al Gharafa since 2022. Early ball into the box from Alvaro Jallo, international for Guinea-Bissau. The experienced Spanish striker who scored 7 goals in 11 appearances this season for Al Gharafa, missing from their forward line. And Al Hilal on the front foot immediately here with Al Hamdan, who's taken down. But the flag is up. Well, the referee initially pointed to the spot, but then the flag up on the far side. Abdullah Al Hamdan. Oh, that is tight. That is tight. Khalifa Ababakar knew he was in trouble, though. The moment he came out, Hamdan going round him. Interesting from that angle to see how much contact there was, but you could see from that angle there was from Khalifa Ababakar. And so we wait. Went up immediately. So dangerous, Al Hilal, immediately on the front foot. From that angle, that is very, very difficult to tell. That's certainly a penalty if he was onside. Unbeaten so far this season, Simone Inzaghi. He's lost just one of his 17 games in charge. That came at the Club World Cup in the quarter-finals against Fluminense, the Brazilian team. 1-12 and drawn 4 of his 17 matches in charge, Simone Inzaghi. Drew 1-1 with Real Madrid in his first game in charge in that competition and oversaw that famous 4-3 extra-time win against Manchester City in the Club World Cup round of 16, showing that Al Hilal can compete with anybody on world level, let alone in Asia. And it does look as though it is in fact offside, so remains at 0-0 and a big escape for Al Gharafa in the opening couple of minutes. Khalifa launching the ball on. Koulibaly stepping across and clearing the ball away. Come back by Sassi. Yang Hyun-soo. Here's Mason Holgate. Sassi going down under the challenge, wanted a free kick, and so did the Al Gharafa supporters, but nothing given. Sassi again, now Amro. Switched across by Zhang Hyun-soo. Amro. Holgate. For Jamal to chase. Covered by Yassina Bono, the Moroccan goalkeeper. Johnny Sassi to Saif. Not the best of crosses from Saif, much to the frustration of Jamal and Florin Alcoman, who were in the centre. Oh, look how tight that is. It's the shoulder that is the difference between an early penalty. Enjoyed so much success, Al Hilal. 19 times champions of Saudi Arabia, the last of them a season before last. Ittihad claiming the Kings Cup and Saudi Pro League double. Desperate to get their title back this season domestically and on the continent as well. 4 years since they were last champions of Asia. João Cancelo to Akcicek. Neves out by Lajami. Akcicek did well to hold on to the ball and find Al Dozeri. Caio Cesar. Koulibaly. Yusuf Akcicek. And goalkeeper quickly off his line, he hasn't got there. That's another escape for Al Gharafa. Another heart-stopping moment for Khalifa. Ruben Neves with the ball over the top. Kano's first touch, taking him around the goalkeeper, but just a little bit too wide, enabling Khalifa to recover. Najami stepping in. There's Theo Hernandez. Oh, that's a poor ball from the Frenchman. Now Jamal. He's ambitious from there. Didn't get hold of it at all well. Lajami. Hamid in the centre. It's played out instead to Akcicek. Koulibaly. João Cancelo. To link up with Caio Cesar down that far side. Foul given. They've come up with the ball here. Al Hilal clipped into the centre. It's a free header and it's in from Salam Al Dozeri. Well, they may not have got the penalty on 2 minutes, but it's only taken them 8 to get the breakthrough. And it's the club captain, Salam Al Dozeri, who scores it. And Al Hilal up and running again. Well, caused their own downfall there in many ways, didn't they? Al Gharafa, big mistake here from Seydou Sano. Dispossessed of the ball by João Cancelo. He clipped the ball across and Al Dozeri did the rest. And the worst possible start for Al Gharafa. It's the first goal of the season for the 34-year-old captain. One of the finest players that Saudi Arabia have ever produced. 101 caps for the national team. And has been in the Al Hilal side since 2011. 14 years now in the first team. A short loan spell with Villarreal in Spain that Didn't really work out for him. Now Gharafa 0, Al Hilal 1. There's a VAR check, as you can see there, maybe to see if there was a foul by João Cancelo on Seydou Sano. Lajami. Because though they are going with a back three this evening, Al Hilal, with João Cancelo and Theo Hernandez as the wing backs. Lajami coming in as part of that back three rather than in midfield. Touch off from Sassi. Back from Saif. Clipped into the box again. Lajami with the header away. Took a bit of a clattering at the same time. Now Dorzary. Now Caio Cesar wins the corner. Looks so dangerous every time they attack Al Hilal. It's the 9th goal of this league stage. Only Al Ahly, who've scored 10 in their opening 3 matches, have scored more, the defending champions. Koulibaly a threat. Mohamed Kano offers plenty of height in there as well. Acicek is forwards. Gharafa get it away. Koulibaly trying to win it back. Dorzary just can't get there. There's Ruben Neves. Dominates everything in that midfield area for Al Hilal. Koulibaly. Ruben Neves again. One of those players who always seems to have so much time on the ball, even when he hasn't. João Cancelo making the break for him. To Alhamden. Cesar. Poor ball from the Brazilian though, but no sooner do they lose it, they win it back, Al Hilal. And João Cancelo wins another corner. One-way traffic at the moment. That's where Al Gharafa were claiming there was a foul. João Cancelo did well not only to win the ball, but the quality of the delivery to the head of Salem El Dorzary. Games without a goal this season until that point. Corner floated in, Sassi clears it away. Hungry for more again, Caio Cesar into Alhamden. Fajani Sassi switches the ball out wide towards Florinel Koeman. Trying to get the cross in, blocked away by Ali Lajami. He started strongly in the centre of the Al Hilal defence. Is Theo Hernandez. Now Kano. Now Dorzary. Acicek. Lajami to Dorzary in the midfield. João Cancelo. Utter dominance in the opening 14 minutes here from Al Hilal. Shouldn't be surprised though, given the form we've seen from them both domestically and in this competition this season. By the way, have lost just 3 of their last 27 games in this competition. All of those defeats have come in the knockout stage at one round or another. Led off by Amro. Faro. Diaz switches it out wide to Saif. This is gone. The Uruguayan Fabrizio Diaz is the player down. Their last defeat in a group stage, as it was then, was against Qatari opposition. They lost 2-0 at home to Al Rayyan in April 2022, so haven't lost in a group or league stage match for 17 games, Al Hilal. And that defeat was at home. They haven't lost away in a group league stage since 2021, when they lost 4-1 against Istiklal. A free kick to defend here, though, and it's floated in off the head of Koulibaly and behind for an Al Gharafa corner. Fajani Sassi may well have been offside anyway when it was delivered, but as it's only a corner, that's not... Oh, indeed, the flag did go up for offside. There is Koulibaly. Still Al Gharafa have to wait for their first significant moment. Akcicek cleared away by Yassina Bono. Teo Hernandez. A bit of space to utilise here as well. Al Hamdan ahead of him. Diaz chasing back. The long-range effort, though, is well wide of Khalifa's goal. It's the ability to hit the target from there, Al Dozeri, but just pulled that one away from the post. Darwin Núñez and Milinkovic-Savic, they're also missing the Brazilian Malcolm this evening. Marcos Leonardo, who scored at the weekend, the winning goal, is among the substitutes for Al Hilal. Seydou Sano across. It's fouled by Caio Cesar. Only 21, Caio Cesar. He's a Brazilian under-23 international. Picked up in January from Portuguese side Victoria Guimarães. Lajami. Akcicek. Teo Hernandez, the 1-2 with Salam El Dozeri. Closing in on Teo Hernandez, the further forward he carried the ball, and Fabrizio Diaz came up with it. Zhang Hyun-soo. Passes with Amro, but the little flick from Teo Hernandez. Al Hamdan twisting, turning, can't get the shot away first time, and it came off him last of all. It's a goal kick for Al Gharafa. They continue to look a threat every time they attack, Al Hilal. It's only his second appearance of the season, Abdullah Al Hamdan. The previous one also came in the AFC Champions League Elite. The 3-2 win away to Nasaf Kouachi. Hasn't featured at all domestically this season, Abdullah Al Hamdan. Benefiting from the absence of Malcolm and Darwin Núñez. Here's Akcicek. Teo Hernandez. Dorsary. Couldn't control it. He's proved to be quite the coach, Simone Inzaghi. Just 3 caps for Italy as a striker. Never really reached the levels of his brother Pippo Inzaghi during his playing days. Former coach of Lazio and Inter, he led Serie A to the Scudetto, Inter to the Serie A Scudetto in 23-24. Win Serie A as a player as well with Lazio. Here's Cancelo. Now Hamden. Dorsary made the break into the penalty area. Cano should get there, but was beaten to it by Alvaro. Sano. Cancelo wins it back. There's Teo Hernandez. Teo Hernandez and João Cancelo play more like out-and-out wingers. Very little defending to do so far, Al Hilal. Acicek. Now Teo Hernandez. Koulibaly. Oh, it's a good ball through. They're in behind again here. Al Hamden. And now the flag does go up. A couple of times now. He just hasn't timed his run quite right, Abdullah Al Hamden. 26-year-old Saudi Arabian international to the tune of 41 caps. Al Hilal now for 4 years. Jami. Oh, it's coming. Acicek is forwards, Koulibaly in there as well. Dorsary coming short to give him an option, but it's thrown in towards the front post and missed by Cano. Seen their team lose this season. There's Al Hilal supporters. Forward by Holgate. By Zhang. Amro playing Sassi into a bit of trouble there, but he was helped out by Zhang Hyunsu. By Sano. Now Diaz shifts it on one more to Florinal Koeman. Koeman in again to Alvaro. Now Sassi under pressure. Here's Amro. And the ball being put into touch because Al Hilal have a player down here. Just got his foot trodden on there, Salem Al-Dorsary by Fajani Sassi. Painful one, that. Here's the goal again. Really question whether there was a little shove there. There was a bit of contact, but I think in that situation, Sano needs to be stronger in truth. Good header from Salam Al-Dawsari. It's the goal by which Al Hilal leads. Well, they started the game with a potential penalty appeal that Al Gharafa were only saved by the VAR offsides. Although in fairness, the assistant did flag, so he did get it right with the naked eye. 6 minutes later, they did concede the first goal through Al-Dawsari's header. As Martin's concern will be just how little Al Gharafa have been able to hurt Al Hilal in this opening 25 minutes. Sina Bono has had barely anything to do in the Al Hilal goal. There's Amro. Back to Mason Holgate. Well cut out by Koulibaly. Sassi. Just got there ahead of Mohamed Kano. Jamal Hamed. Towards Saif. Sassi with the touchback to Jang Hyun-soo. Now Holgate. Move to Al Gharafa and Qatar in July. A 2-year deal. Amro. This is ambitious from there, and Bono threw himself across the goal. I don't think with any real concern, though, that the shot was going to creep inside the post. Jallo hitting it. Oh, he's curling away though. Here's Jang. Dawsari has it. Referee waves play on. Now Hamdan up in support. Well, Caio Cesar with the little dummy. Didn't quite come off. Great awareness, though, that Ruben Neves was just in behind him. Here's Holgate, who's a Jamaican international these days since 2024. He was capped by England at under-20 and under-21 level. He broke through at Barnsley, was signed by Everton, and then a succession of loans to West Brom and Southampton. Gharafa is the first non-English team that Mason Holgate has played for. Hilal throw. Defeat here could see Al Gharafa slip out of those top 8 places. What would be the halfway point of the league stage. 8 games played, remember, to qualify and finish in the top 8 in both the East and West regions. It's Caio Cesar. Touch back for the shot for Ruben Neves. Always rising though. Kind of range where Ruben Neves can be notoriously dangerous from. Still very much at the peak of his powers at 28. 3 goals this season in 14 appearances. That's for club and country. There's 2 for Al Hilal in the Saudi Pro League. Yet to get off the mark in this competition though, Neves. Ajami. João Cancelo. Touchback from Cano to Ruben Neves. Now Theo Hernandez. Wasn't on the ball for too long though, and invited the challenge from Alvaro Jallo. Quarter of an hour to half-time. Gharafa 0, Al Hilal 1. Salam Al Dawsari's goal on 8 minutes. The difference so far doesn't really represent the dominance that the Saudi Arabian side have enjoyed. There's that throw again to the front post. Twice they've tried that now, and both times Mohamed Kano has been unable to get the flick on that they're looking for. Danger not over yet though for Al Gharafa. Koulibaly, it's a threat from these kind of situations. Koulibaly scored against Al Sadd in the 3-1 win on match week 3. Pass to corners. Back in by Al Dawsari. Up in the air by Sano. Easy claim for Khalifa Ababakar. Sensible thinking. He launched the ball forward almost immediately to catch Al Hilal with players upfield, but it's well defended. Caio Cesar. Do get the feeling that Al Hilal have another couple of gears to use here. Runners up in Saudi Arabia last season, finished 8 points behind double winners Al Ittihad, 5 ahead of Al Nassr, the team that they're currently chasing at the top. Top scorers though, scored 95 goals last season in 34 Saudi Pro League games, 15 more than the next best, which was Cristiano Ronaldo's Al Nassr. Always good on the eye for the neutral Al Hilal. Neves with the free kick. Too much on that though for Theo Hernandez. Koulibaly. Cesar, touch back to Caio Cesar from Cancelo. Al Hamdan, Ruben Neves, here's Achicek, Mohamed Kano, Al Dawsari plays it through. Theo Hernandez with half a side a goal, but dragged it past the post. Much away down there on the bench, is he, Simone Inzaghi? Ponderous look, hit that into the ground, Theo Hernandez. Champions League winner in Europe in 2018 with Real Madrid. Now Al Hilal reclaim their crown in Asia. Amro by Jamal. That's neat play by Al Gharafa. Jamal Hamed given away though by the Palestinian. Here's Kano. Theo Hernandez. Dawsari picks a lovely ball to Ruben Neves, who was in all sorts of space. No foul on Caio Cesar though from Sano. And here's Sassi. linchpin of that Al Gharafa midfield, the Tunisian international. Jamal Hamed. Alvaro Jallo trying to pick his way through. Very nearly did. And got a second bite at it as well. Ali Lajami did really well there. First time that Al Hilal have really been on the back foot. It was good work individually from Alvaro Jallo. Had no right to weave through there, it seemed, but he did. Player who's actually on loan with Al Gharafa from Athletic Club de Bilbao. It's Koulibaly. He's born in Madrid in Spain. Alvaro Jallo. He now represents Guinea-Bissau at international level. Koulibaly getting in the way. There was no contact from Ruben Neves. It was a bit of an air swipe. And out by Sano. Zhang. Allow throw. Cancelo with it. Ruben Neves. Cesar. Real touch from Al Dawsari. Ruben Neves switches the play out towards Theo Hernandez. Al Dawsari. Hamdan with the ball back. Keeps the ball so well, Al Dawsari. And then the low drilled effort tipped away by Khalifa. Just thought for a second it had snuck under his body and in from Cancelo. Got through it. It was a low fizzer, and it bounced really awkwardly for Khalifa, who just about got enough on it. You could see he was worried, and he realised it had slipped through his grasp. Dawsari. Ruben Neves with the cross in. Just picking up all the second balls, Al Hilal. They're so in control of this game. The one concern, though, for Simone Inzaghi will be that it is only 1-0. Koulibaly. Amro did well. Khalifa just launching it away. Wasn't the best ball back to him, in fairness. It did bobble a bit. He's left with no option, really. Al Dawsari. Fit in from Amro. Alvaro Jallo is down for Al Gharafa. Second appearance in the competition this season, Alvaro Jallo. He's yet to score, either in this or domestically. Here's Acicek. He was on target last time out in the 3-1 win against Al Sadd. Koulibaly. Qatar and Saudi Arabia, along with the United Arab Emirates, the nations with 3 teams representing them in the league stage. There's Mohamed Kano in the West region, that is. Tractor from Iran, Al Shorter from Iraq, and Nasaf from Uzbekistan, making up the 12 teams in the West region group. 8 8 go through, 4 go out. Jami. Okay, Cesar wins the corner. Minutes to the break. Al Hilal firmly in control in the context of the game, but only leading by a goal to nil. Can they change that here? Again, Kano is in there, Koulibaly is in there, Akçiçek is forwards. Koulibaly saved his run until late, and it fell to him perfectly. And he took a swing and a miss, Kalidou Koulibaly. Just delayed his run a little this time, arrived late and was completely unmarked. Couldn't get the sort of contact or any contact at all that was needed to double the lead for Al Hilal. Big chance. Here's Kano. A chance for Al Gharafa to break with Jamal Hamed. That's a poor ball. A very disjointed side in this first half without the focus of Joselu up front. Heavily beaten 4-0 by Al Ahly. Last time out they've lost both of their away games and conceded 4 in each away from home, Al Gharafa. Well, they have won 2 at home without conceding, since they lost 3-1 here to Al Nassr in November last season in the league stage. João Cancelo. Safe getting across, using his body well, although the flag is up for offsides. They've actually won 4 of their last 6 at home in this competition and 10 of their last 20. Always face opposition though of this quality, it's fair to say. Three Saudi Arabian teams are going to take some beating again this season. Al Ittihad back in the mix this time. Al Ahly, the defending champions, and Al Hilal, it seems, are the team you have to beat if you want to win this competition. Khalifa. As I was saying, that the 3 teams that have done that in the last 3 editions have all lifted the trophy. Koulibaly. 1-2 with Cancelo. Neves. It's a lovely ball to Theo Hernandez. Frenchman's control though, letting him down, allowing Amro to get a foot in. Lajami. João Cancelo. Shot from El Dorzari. From Diaz to Zhang Hyun-soo. 50-50 challenge for that one. Akçiçek did well. Now Sassi, he's come away with it here, Sassi. He's going to have to go alone though, had no support, and he was outnumbered 3-1. He was fouled there, but the referee, Yusuke Araki, was right on hand. Jamal Hamed. There's the ball out wide to Diaz. He finds Holgate. Too many options for the man in possession when Al Gharafa have it. Sassi was available there though. Not too much on that, all the way through to Yassina Bono, who has effectively been a spectator in the first half. Minutes to be added on at the end of it for those two VAR checks. One for the penalty that was initially given, and the second for the Al Hilal goal. Ruben Neves. Hamdan with the touch off to Cancelo. Dorsary, who starts on the left but never stays there. License to roam and wander and create. With a fabulous footballing brain. Here's Cano. Teo Hernandez left that short again. Actually checked, did really well though. Dorsary, Teo Hernandez. And a flick not coming off that time for Al Dorsary. Sano got it away, but once more, Al Hilal win it back. Here's Sassi though for Al Gharafa. Turned by Koeman, who really has struggled to have an impact in the game, as of all the Al Gharafa forwards really. Service hasn't been there. Al Hilal dominating the midfield areas. Farajalo. Now Amro. It's the cross in, the header away by João Cancelo. It's safe. Given away by Diaz. Cancelo releases Caio Cesar again. Ruben Neves. Is there a second goal in this before half-time? Moments that remain for Al Hilal. Now Hamdan with the touchback. Caio Cesar with the attempted shot that was blocked almost at source. Koulibaly. There's Cano out to Salam Al Dorsary. There's not too much pressing from Al Gharafa when Al Hilal have the ball deep. Content with getting bodies back behind the ball and making life difficult for the away side. Poor touch there from Koulibaly. Al Hamdan. Dorsary ahead of him. Teo Hernandez made a run and then just had to check it to avoid being offside. And then he was offside when it was played to him by Mohamed Cano. He's been busy, the assistant, on that far side. Clearly off there, isn't he, Teo Hernandez? As you're watching that replay, the half-time whistle has sounded. A goal from Salam Al Dorsary separating the sides at the break, but it doesn't really tell the story. Al Hilal have been dominant and well on top, and look well on course for a fourth straight win. But while it remains at 1, Al Gharafa will feel they're still in it. It's Al Gharafa 0, Al Hilal 1 at half-time. Welcome back to the Thani bin Jassim Stadium. Al Gharafa 0, Al Hilal 1 at half-time. Salam Al-Dawsari's goal on 8 minutes, separating the sides, but Al Hilal utterly dominant. You get the feel that they have a few more gears to go through as well, if necessary, but Al Gharafa really have struggled to cause too many problems, if any at all, defensively for Al Hilal. Without their top scorer, Spanish striker Joselu this evening. Miske Araki, the referee, counting the players out. Doesn't look like either coach has decided to make any changes for the start of the second half. Al Gharafa to kick off. So Al Gharafa get the second half underway. Trailing Al Hilal, the 4-time previous champions of Asia, by a goal to 0. Looking to reach their 10th Champions League final this season, Al Hilal. Beaten by Araa Reds 3 years ago in the 2022 final. 2 semi-final losses since then. Here's Caio Cesar. Simone Inzaghi will have sent them out with the message to find another goal, just to potentially put this game to bed. Things stay as they are. Al Hilal will be back on top with a maximum 12 points from their opening 4 games. Al Gharafa would slip out of the top 8. Dawsari. Teo Hernandez to Ruben Neves. Cancelo in space. Checked back well, got the cross in, and Khalifa needed 2 attempts to claim that. Bali knocks that into touch. He's already created 1 goal this evening in similar fashion to that attempt. João Cancelo. Cancelo with the header. Flight titles, 1 with Benfica, Juventus, 3 with Manchester City. Dawsari. Teo Hernandez charging forwards. Plays it in towards Al Hamdan. Well defended though by Zhang Hyun-soo. Check with the header. Teo Hernandez to Ruben Neves. Sets Al Hilal on their latest attack. By Khalifa. Brings it out to Fabrizio Diaz. Jamal. Diaz again. For Uruguay, under 20 level, Fabrizio Diaz, to play for the full national team. Qatar since 2023, signed from Liverpool Montevideo. He knows his way to a title or 2. Pedro Martins. 3 Greek Super League titles with Olympiacos. Led them to the Greek double in the 2019-20 season. Here's was João Cancelo. Well, stood off, invited him to shoot. It was Mason Holgate in the end who blocked the shot. Al Hilal with the throw. Jami with it. Towards Koulibaly. Does flick it on, but out jump Khalifa. Over 2 meters tall, the Gharafa goalkeeper, 6'8". Jalo, twisting and turning, did well to get the cross in. Jamal Hamad, though, couldn't control. It was at a difficult height for him. Sassi now to Saif, who lifts the cross in. Jalo getting the header at the back post, but the ball was already out of play. Now he's hurt himself in the process, I think. You could see from that angle. To see his team on the front foot a bit more second half, but at the same time, of course, don't want to leave themselves short-handed at the back, because Al Hilal have so much quality to punish you if that happens. Two of these substitutes warming up. Aaron Gunnarsson there was one of them for Al Gharafa. Icelandic international midfielder. Varejala. Bono. Yusuf Akcicek. Good turn from Kano. Ball from Al Hamdan. Kinsu. Towards Saif, but they just can't hold on to the ball at the moment. Al Gharafa. Sano losing his footing. Referee giving them the benefit of the doubt there, and a free kick. Now Diaz lifted his head and looked for options. Man seemed more concerned with appealing for a handball, though, than trying to get on the end of the delivery. It was off the leg of Kano. There was no handball at all. Gharafa's best ever performance in this competition was a quarter-final appearance 15 years ago now in 2010. It was a run that was ended by Al Hilal 5-4 on aggregate. They've reached the round of 16 a couple of times as well, obviously in 2010 when they reached the quarter-finals, and then 3 years later in 2013, but not since. There's Akcicek. Hamdan with the header down. Watch out. Cancelo nudged in the back by Fajani Sassi. A yellow card so far this evening, but he was dicing with one there, the Tunisian. Cancelo. Caio Cesar. Seemed to have the pace to go on the outside, but safe. Fadlala recovered well. Yeah, did well. Stretched out the leg and got a toe to it safe. Another Al Hilal corner. Succession of set pieces in the first half, continuing into the second. Sexy watching Koulibaly. Cano in that bunch of three as well. Ruben Neves. No way through. Dorsary back into the penalty area, but too much on it, and an easy gather for Khalifa. It's a heavy touch from Diaz. Here's El Dorsary. Caio Cesar gets the free kick against him. Saif Fadlala just stepped in and took the ball away, and Cesar continued into him. Both players have stayed down. Looking at that, it's interesting to see how the free kick has gone the other way. It looked to be a foul on Caio Cesar. No, but then from that angle, you can see it. He got to the ball first, didn't he? And then the Brazilian followed through. So Saif is coming off. It's the last action he'll play in the game. And he looks in some pain. Al Ghanehi will come on, or El Jani, as he wears on his shirt. So from there it looks like a foul the other way, but the other angle showed that he did in fact get a toe to the ball. Could have been a much more serious injury, actually. I know his game is over and he's in some pain, but the full weight of Caio Cesar went into his outstretched leg. Let's hope he is okay. He is walking off, albeit hobbling, which is a good sign. Jani on to replace him. With one cap for Qatar. I mean, a World Cup qualifier, a 5-1 win against North Korea back in March. Kick against Ruben Neves this time. Jani. Continues his run forwards. Jani has it again, the substitute, but unable to just squeeze the ball out wide to Koeman. It's all the way back to Khalifa. So during half-time, by the way, that the Saudi Arabian coach Hervé Renard is in the crowd for this one tonight. Both Saudi Arabia and Qatar have qualified for the World Cup in North America. Now Koeman. Back by Teo Hernandez for Al Hilal. Is Ruben Neves just slowing it all down again. Cano. Cancelo. They were very much on the stretch there, Al Hilal, but have kept possession brilliantly. Surging run now from João Cancelo, and he's just put too much on it for Salem Al-Dawsari. 62% possession for the away side. It has been dominated here this evening by Al Hilal. Better ball there, and Al-Dawsari would have been in for his and Al Hilal's second. They remain on course though for a 9th consecutive win in all competitions. They've kept clean sheets in their last 3 games. Wins coming against Al Shabab, Al Uqdood and Al Ittihad, the defending champions. Cross into the penalty area. Koulibaly though happy to see it back to Yassine Bono. There's Ruben Neves. Al-Dawsari. Koulibaly. Gharafa still trying to stay tight, stay in touch with Al Hilal and just hope that one moment comes their way. Here's Cano. Now Koulibaly. Ajami to Yusuf Akcicek. Ruben Neves picks out the ball brilliantly to Teo Hernandez, and that's a great stop from Khalifa. Teo Hernandez looked up and he was just rolling the ball across the 6-yard box for a tap-in, but Khalifa did brilliantly, using that giant frame of his to block both the shot and the potential delivery across the penalty area. It's really good goalkeeping, that. A yellow card for Sano, which is the first one. Kept his side in the game there. Khalifa Ababakar. He's still frustrated that his side haven't scored the second goal that would surely put the game beyond Al Gharafa. Ruben Neves over this. Gharafa keeping a high line. Sano heads it away. Making up for the free kick that he himself gave away. Here's Holgate. Forward by Khalifa. It's a free kick for Al Gharafa. Talking to for Yusuf. Yusuf Akcicek, centre-back. He's only 19, but he's been capped at all levels by Turkey, from under-17s to full international level. Picked up by Fenerbahce Side from Istanbul. Right at the end of the transfer window. Cancelo's header. Aljani. Varejalo twisting and turning. Cancelo stuck with him, gets the ball back again. Varejalo. That's a woeful delivery. Difficult to tell from that whether he was actually putting his foot through it and going for goal, or whether he was crossing. I think it was the former, in fairness. Gharafa looking for their first Qatar Stars League title for 15 years since they won their 7th in 2010. Pedro Martins did lead them to the Emir Cup win last season. Season in which they finished 3rd in the league, 11 points behind the champions Al Sadd and 9 behind Al Hilal. Rivals Al Ryan 2-1 in the Emir Cup final. Hosselu again on target, and Sassi scoring the goals. They have missed that focal point of Hosselu this evening. Here's Koeman. It's given away to Cancelo. Steps away from Sassi. Theo Hernandez. Cesar, it's a beauty. Tucked away by the Brazilian Caio Cesar, and Al Hilal have their second goal midway through the second half. An accurate top draw finish from the young Brazilian winger. Gharafa 0, Al Hilal 2. Well, it has been coming. They've not created a great deal of chances, but they've been so dominant in the game. It was merely a matter of time. And Caio Cesar has his first goal of this season. Scored 3 in 20 games in the last campaign. He's off the mark in what is his 7th appearance in all competitions. Great finish. Just swept it by Khalifa Ababakar accurately into the corner. And that is surely now going to be 4 wins out of 4 in this competition for Al Hilal. And a 9th successive win in all competitions. Now going back to the top of the West Region League stage on 12 points. Al Sadd finished 4th last season on 12 points. 7 was enough to see Paktakor qualify in 8th. So Al Hilal really are cruising into the round of 16. Varejalo. Koulibaly. Cesar to Ruben Neves. It's great play from Theo Hernandez in the build-up to that goal for Caio Cesar. Theo Hernandez and João Cancelo, the 2 wing-backs, have been terrific for Al Hilal. Quite come off that for João Cancelo the way he intended, with the outside of the boot. So while they were top briefly, Al Hilal set to go 2 points clear. João Cancelo. It's a better ball this time to Al Hamdan. Holds it up under pressure. It's out Kano. Kyle Cesar slips it into Al Dawsari. Nice footwork from Al Dawsari, and then just dwelt on the ball for too long, and Zhang Hyun-soo took it away. João Cancelo. That's clever play. Al Hamdan, Al Dawsari couldn't control it this time. Gets it back again, Al Dawsari. Almost toying with the Al Gharafa defence at times, Al Hilal. Kano. Ko Cesar, the little flick from João Cancelo, read by Zhang Hyun-soo. Al Jani. And a bit of respite for Al Gharafa. Well, he felt he was fouled there. Went down a little easily though, Al Dawsari. Substitutions are afoot. Fajani Sassi certainly going off. Amro as well. Aaron Gunnarsson on. Ayub Mohamed Aloui, known as Ayub, is coming on as well. Cancelo. Gianni. Varejalo goes for goal. Sina Bono always equal to it. It's Ko Cesar. Usually you'd say the second goal was very much the settler, but I've looked pretty settled all evening. Supremely confident. The kind of confidence that comes for any team when they're on a run of 8 successive wins. September the 19th, the last time they failed to win a game, that 3-3 draw away to Al Ahly. There's Kano. Yusuf Chichet gets it back again from Teo Hernandez. Now preparing a change, a couple of changes. Marcos Leonardo is going to come on. And so is Hamad Al-Tuhaifen. By Holgate, and switching the ball up to Alvaro Jallo. Steps inside, Cancelo again goes for the far corner. He's gone for goal pretty much every time he's cut in as Alvaro Jallo. Dealt with it pretty well, not only on course for a 9th straight win, but a 4th straight clean sheet as well. See a finish like that, you wonder how it's taken so long to score his first of the season. So Al Dawsari off, and João Cancelo as well. Marcos Leonardo. Coming into the action with Hamad as well. Marcos Leonardo, who got the winner at the weekend against Al Shabab. Goal on 36 minutes. Enough to pick up another 3 points despite Koulibaly's red card. He'll be suspended for the trip to Al Najma on Friday. There's Teo Hernandez's ball. There's still plenty to do there. The ball's slightly behind Caio Cesar. It was great technique to whip it into the corner past Khalifa. So they've got a real talent on their hands there. Safi has replaced Koeman for Al Gharafa. Four changes now for the home sides. Bono, it's out by Aljani. Lofting it forwards. Initially as though it had stayed in play, but the referee's whistle signified that it hadn't. Yusuf Ruben Neves back to Lajami. Caio Cesar. Yusuf out to Teo Hernandez. Ruben Neves. Made a run for him near side, but Al Hilal just keeping possession instead. Koulibaly almost picked out the run of Kano. Now Bono. To Yusuf Achicek. Jamal. No way past Koulibaly. He has won a corner though for Al Gharafa. You never know, it could get interesting if they were to grab one back and gamble a bit, Al Gharafa. So creative going forward, so solid defensively, Al Hilal. First corner of the game in the 78th minute for the home team. The header on is just over the top. A decent delivery, and it was Jang Hyun-soo, the Korean, who got a flicked header on that. Sina Bono may well have had it covered, but not had he flicked it to the far post. Certainly represents Gharafa's best chance so far. Republic international, just shy of 60 caps. Former player, of course, with Al Hilal. Desperate to play well against them this evening. Oh, they've stood off here. And still it's not away. Khalifa saves, and he's been caught there by Yusuf. It's a yellow card for Marcos Leonardo, in fact. Fabulous run this, but what were Al Gharafa doing defensively? They just stood off and stood off. And allowed Marcos Leonardo to run at them. Appearances in 4 years with Al Hilal. Hyun-soo. More than anyone knew the quality he'd be up against this evening. Ruben Neves being taken out of the action. 12 points from the opening 4 games. They really can mix and match their squad now for the remaining 4. As Al Malki comes on. Lajami. 10 minutes to go. So far a very straightforward evening's work for Al Hilal. This remarkable record in league stage and group stage matches in this competition. Jamal. Now Gunnarsson. Holgate looking for options. It's Holgate again. Gunnarsson came short. It's played into Aljani. Sano. It's his mistake for the opening goal, but he's not had a bad game since then. Seydou Sano. Hamden can't keep it in. Gharafa throw. Hamden mightily keen to get as many minutes as possible under his belt. Featured at all this season. It's Hamads. Cesar. Got a good foot to that. Ali Lajami, who's played well in the back 3. Showing with the challenge. Part of both of the Champions League successes of 2019 and 2021. Zhang Hyun-soo. This is nice play again by Al Hilal. They're in once more. Khalifa with the save, and Marcos Leonardo sees it cleared off the line and then put over the top by Al Malki with the aid of a deflection. Couple of bites at the cherry there, the Al Hilal substitute. Lovely football between he and Marcos Leonardo to pick apart the Al Gharafa defence, and not for the first time. Khalifa did well in the Al Gharafa goal to keep Al Hilal at bay. Another Al Hilal corner, 7 minutes to go. Leonardo keeps it in. There's Teo Hernandez. Al Hamden tipped away by Khalifa. It's been a busy night, he knew it would be. It was a decent hit from Abdullah Al Hamden. Great bend on the ball, it was certainly on target, but Khalifa across to keep it out. Hamad. Now Kano. Back to Al Malki. Just his second appearance of the season, Al Malki's. Like Al Hamden, hasn't featured at all in the Saudi Pro League. Yusuf Akcicek. Al Malki with the touch in field to Kano. Hamad initially lost possession and then got it back. Here's Al Hamdan. He is fouled this time. Free kick quickly taken. Hamad though turning into Seydou Sano. Here's Ayoub. Hernandez. Find a way through here. Because Leonardo with the touch off is Hamad. Still support from Caio Cesar. Hamad again. Good ball across. And Ayoub getting back to head it behind. Simone Inzaghi. Preparing another substitution for Al Hilal. It's going to be a double change. Caio Cesar is coming off. His job is done. Abdullah Al Hamdan unable to mark his second appearance of the season with a goal. Force Khalifa into a fine save. It's replaced by Abdullah Radif. And Darzi is on as well. Karim Mohamed Darisi, to give him his full name. An opportunity though for Simone Inzaghi here, and perhaps in the remaining league stage matches as well, to really get a good look at his squad, get minutes into the legs of those who aren't necessarily always involved. We're away by Holgate. And driven back in by Al Malki, but well off target. Third appearance of the season for Darzi, who's just come on. Free kick for Al Gharafa. Just 1 win in 9 now for Al Gharafa against Al Hilal. It's an amazing run from Al Jani. And now they're in trouble. 5 flying forward here for Al Hilal. Teo Hernandez with the delivery, but way too much on it. It was a poor ball, and he had no chance of getting on the end of that. Defended again by Lajami. He's given the throw away though. Jamal looking to take it quickly. Nobody really switched on though for Al Gharafa. Tough night for Pedro Martins. He knows qualification won't be won and lost in matches against Al Hilal. They're going to have to make their remaining 4 games count, because they will slip out of the top 8 on goal difference. The defeat here. There's Darzi. Good ball forward towards Hamad, just too much. And he can't keep it in. Doesn't get any easier for Al Gharafa. Next up at the end of the month, is a trip to Al Hilal. They face Al Wada in December. And the turn and shot from Alvaro Jaro, like most of his other attempts, off target. It's been the only one, though, really, in yellow and blue that has tried to test the Al Hilal goalkeeper. Off target every time, though. We'll, of course, hope to have Hosselu back for the remaining 4 games of the league stage. Al-Malki. Koulibaly. 7 minutes to be added on at the end here. So still time if Al Gharafa were able to grab themselves a goal. There's Hamad. Swings the cross in. Nobody really in there, though. Needed a lower delivery than that. Teo Hernandez has kept it in play, though. Here's Kano. Now Yusuf. By Al-Malki. Back again from Kano. Gharafa set to suffer their 3rd defeat in their opening 4 AFC Champions League Elite games this season. Their last defeat here was to Saudi Arabian opposition. Al Nassr winning 3-1 around about this time last year. Gunnarsson. Al set for their 6th straight away win in all competitions this season. It's a terrific run of form that Simone Inzaghi has them in. Al Nassr very much in their sights domestically. Everybody looking up at them in continental competition. Jalo hits it, this time it is on target. Yassine Bono with a good save. Koulibaly blocks it away. Sano crosses it in into the hands, though, of Yassine Bono. He's certainly been game tonight, Alvaro Jalo. Koulibaly got something on that which took the sting out of the shot. It was still a decent save, though, from the Moroccan goalkeeper. Marcos Leonardo gets it back again. Now out to Darzi. Picked up by Yang Hyun-soo. Gives himself plenty of time and picks out a pass. The header on is over the top, and Al Gharafa could be in behind here. It's a big, big challenge that from Ali Lajami. How much of the ball did he get? Both players have stayed down. He does get something on the ball. Let's see from this angle. It's a great tackle that from Ali Lajami. It's one of those, if he doesn't get right, Jamal is either through on goal or Ali Lajami is looking at a red card. It's a really good tackle. First time all evening, really, that Al Gharafa have looked like opening up Al Hilal in open play. Jamal is back on his feet again. Lajami has done well tonight. None more so in that moment. The 29-year-old. First time he's started in this competition this evening. He's featured in every game, but the previous 3 all from the bench. Now Hilal have used all 5 substitutes, so could well end the evening down to 10 for very different reasons to what they were at the weekend when Koulibaly was sent off. Most of his appearances this season have just been in the dying embers of games. Well, he's looked very much a part of the back 3 here this evening. He's played really well, and it's a shame that it's going to end for him going off on a stretcher. So a bit of reorganising for Simone Inzaghi here. It was a coup getting him as coach. He's still only 49, Simone Inzaghi. In time for the Club World Cup, and what a job he did there. Led into two UEFA Champions League finals. They lost both of them. One to Manchester City, one to Paris Saint-Germain last season, a real hammering, but won 2 Coppa Italias and a Scudetto with Inter. So there will now be more than the 7 minutes added on. That's a real shame for Ali Lajami. He's really played his way, I think, into Simone Inzaghi's thinking this evening. Jang Hyun-soo. Gunnarsson. To Zhang. Jalo. Given away by Sano, though. Jalo wins it back. Now Jamal trying to find space for the shot. Blocked away, though, by Radif. Teo Hernandez charging forward. And he's tripped. That's a free kick. Taken down by Rabeh Bouzafi. Pull on the arm and then a little clip on the ankles. Gunnarsson. Jalo. Twisting and turning here, Bouzafi. Jalo again. They could be in behind here, Al Gharafa, and it's a wonderful goal. What a strike from Ayoub. And Al Hilal's run of clean sheets is over. It's probably too little too late for Al Gharafa in terms of a change of outcome. But that was a clinical finish. Rifled in off the underside of the crossbar. Jalo involved, had no right to get through there, and the little touch off for Ayoub, and the substitute smashes it in. No chance for Yassine Bono. And deep into stoppage time, it is Al Gharafa 1, Al Hilal 2. Really caught hold of that. It's a lovely strike. Quick VAR check. 90+8, the official time of the goal. Well, it's been a comfortable win for his side. He'd be frustrated at conceding so late, denying them a 4th straight clean sheet, but it is going to be a 9th straight win. Holgate's touch off. Jang Hyun-soo. So we don't know how long there is to go now. But Al Hilal finishing this game with 10, remember, because of the injury picked up by Ali Lajami after all 5 subs have been made. Now a corner for Al Gharafa. What a story this could be if they could snatch another stoppage time goal. It's opened up here for Bousafi. Jallo has made a bit of space, gets the cross in, Gunnarsson's header! And that wasn't too far away from Aaron Gunnarsson. And now all of a sudden the 10 men of Al Hilal are clinging on. Difficult header to get on target from there. And it was a chance, albeit half a one. Under pressure from Yusuf to move into the 101st minute. Launched by Bono. Header on by Radif. It's very quickly taken by Sano. Suddenly there's a spring in the step. Simone Inzaghi asking how long. Gunnarsson. Holgate. Ayoub the goal scorer. Now Bousafi. And indeed it was too little too late for Al Gharafa, who are beaten here by 2-1. Al Hilal do make it 4 wins out of 4 to move back to the top of the West Region League stage. Salam Al Dawsari on 8 minutes, Caio Cesar with his first of the season on 67. They were in cruise control really, but they did have a scare at the end, having lost their defender to injury, Ali Lajami, and then the 10 men conceding to Ayoub 8 minutes into stoppage time. But Al Hilal move back to the top, back on 12 points. It's finished Al Gharafa 1, Al Hilal 2.